Good morning, Mike and Arlene, our Philippine journey. Welcome so much. Thank you, subscribers, viewers, everybody else. You don't have to be a male expat. You don't have to be American or Australian or British to make dumbass decisions. Wait. Expats that make dumbass decisions. Expats that are just stupid, outright stupid, and maybe weren't stupid before but are now. We're getting to it. Bear with me. So, here's an expat, a woman expat, who is an absolute dolt. And I can't figure out for the life of me what has transpired in this woman's life. Robin Wright. Yeah, now this doesn't have anything to do with the Philippines, but it has something to do with expats, okay? Robin Wright. All right, you may remember her from Forrest Gump, where she played the role of the girlfriend of Forrest that ended up dying of AIDS. You may remember her from House of Cards, where she actually did a great job. I enjoyed that show. Okay. But now she says she's moving to England, and her statement is they're living not in the car in traffic, panicked on a phone call, eating a sandwich that's most of America, everything rush, competition, and speed. Really. Let's take a hard look at that. Robin Wright was born in Dallas, Texas. She was raised in San Diego. Ever been to San Diego? You want to see some traffic? It makes what England has look like a walk in the park. Okay? But before that, hold on. She still owns a home in San Diego, walking distance to the beach. She still is involved in a home in New York. In 2016, she bought a home in Manhattan. Now, we'll talk about rushed. You ever been to Manhattan before? I have yet to see anybody take a leisurely walk down 42nd Street, all right? Or any of the other areas in New York, much less wherever. You see my point, obviously. Isn't this a little striking? Now, she's talking about how laid back and relaxed and everything is in England. And she's been working in England and quasi living there for a couple years now. Is she blind? Is she absolutely blind? Is this an issue of she has so much money that she doesn't even leave her property? All right. It was just probably, some estate. Now, she did say she is going to move to the shore. She's going to move to the seaside, and that's going to become her residence. I'll guarantee you a couple of things here. The first one is she's not going to give up her U.S. citizenship, is she? And talk about chaotic. She was married to Sean Penn for years. They have 3 children together. What kind of chaotic is that? I mean, this is just, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Trying to compare her life in England and England itself, or the UK, all right? She uses the word England, okay, itself with her life in the U.S. Oh, talk about entitled. I mean, this woman is not just well off. She's rich. 8-time Emmy nominee. She won a Grammy for something. I can't remember what it was. She's won numerous awards. She was married. I mean, it was a power broker monopoly of money with Sean Penn raking it in and her raking it in. All right. Now, I have no idea about her parenting skills and could care less. All right. I bet she's a great mom. I bet she is. I bet she was a great mom and a great parent. That's not what this is about. But to say that she's moving to the UK because it's less chaotic, the entire immigration system in the UK is falling. I mean, it already fell down. It already fell apart. All right. They have migrant hotels, all right, that have daily, weekly protests. There are jurisdictions that are literally throwing these people out, and then the government is throwing them back in. It's local government versus national government. They thank God they don't have, or thank God they do have gun control, because there you just get beat up or knifed. I mean, the violence in the UK has risen. The programs, the UK's national health system is a travesty, an absolute travesty. The shortage of doctors, the shortage of medical care. Now, that's not going to matter to her because she can afford to go to private clinics. She can afford to go over to Switzerland. She can afford to go back to the U.S. She can be treated. But she's so convinced that life is going to be better there, and the entire lifestyle is better. That's what she says. The entire lifestyle is better. All right. It's not as chaotic as the U.S. It's not as competitive, or whatever word she wants to use. I'll guarantee you she's not going to give up her damn American citizenship. I'll guarantee she's not going to give up her U.S. citizenship. And so be it. I wish she would. I really do. Why doesn't she give up her U.S. citizenship and then face the same thing so many expats face, getting into the U.S.? All right? Let's see her give up her U.S. citizenship and go through what all the rest of the tourists and immigrants go through to get to the U.S. Now, that's providing she's going to come up with, be allowed to get citizenship in the UK. I don't know. I don't know what those issues or options are. I don't keep up with it. I do keep up with the political unrest and the protests and the violence that's sparking in the UK currently. I think that's a big deal. But this woman wants to go there. If you had her kind of money, would you leave the U.S.? Would you leave the U.S. if you had her kind of money? If your house was walking distance to the beach in San Diego, which I'm not a fan of California, but I do like San Francisco. And I used to like San Francisco. It used to be a great place. I haven't been there in many, many, many years. It went downhill. I hear it's getting a little better. San Diego, we spent a lot of time there. Love San Diego. If I had a beach walking distance, wow. If my 3 kids lived in the U.S., and I was going to give everything up and move. Oh, but She's not giving everything up. What an entitled, arrogant, stupid woman. Ill-informed. I guess that's the best word. I don't know. Those of you that are familiar or familiar with the idea of having everything, because she does. She absolutely does. Her current husband is no slouch financially either. Okay? Having everything and saying America is just chaotic. It's too rushed. I want the simple life that I can get in the UK. And then look at what's going on in the UK. Tell me in the comments how you feel about that. Do you think that that's a realistic position? Or am I just like confusing too many things here? I don't know. In the comments, let us know what you think. In the meantime, please do subscribe. Be a good expat. Be responsible. All right. And hit the thumbs up and have a great, safe day.